we're so grateful to have you here today to speak about your work.
Thanks.
And I guess to start off, I wanted to ask you about your book about the Dreamers, which of course is a very important issue right now, but I think as you show in the book has been for quite a while an ongoing struggle. So I was just wondering how you came to focus on the Dreamers' experience in the United States and decide to write about them.
Yes, thank you so much for coming. I'm very happy to be here. It's interesting that suddenly you see the topic everywhere. Everyone's talking about Dreamers. Now they know who Dreamers are. That didn't happen before. It's been a long time where Dreamers have been fighting to be acknowledged and to share their stories and to share their situation, both with people in politics, Congress members, the White House, but also public in general, because I think immigration is a subject that tends to be spoken like problem, trouble, people coming. We talk a lot about the transit of immigrants, the moment when they arrive, get arrested or deported, or they make it and they're living here. But after that, we don't think much about what happens with them and their children. To me, that was important, to portray these people as our neighbors, because they are. And that part, I feel, was missing in this conversation. If we cannot see this issue from the social justice or human rights focus, let's move to the economic part. Some people like to do that. Let's do it. We already invested in their education, in their health. They have been living here. And these kids are going to pay for our retirement. Where do we want them when that happens? Working in the shadows in a fast food restaurant, or being doctors, engineers, nurses, constructors, people who are being productive in this country and also giving back. I mean, if I contributed to pay 12 years of education for one of these kids, I don't want him back in Mexico. I want him back working. The problem that I see in most media, especially some so-called mainstream media, is that whenever they look for a Dreamer story, they look for the big names of the Dreamer movements. Let's also look at the not-so-star Dreamer who are living their regular lives in their cities, maybe not working for politicians or maybe not being interviewed by the media. But I mean, that's an example of most of the stories. When you just go to a school, to a college, talk to one of those youth and ask him, how are you doing to pay for your tuition, to pay for your food? How does it feel to live in a mixed status family when your siblings are citizens and you're not, so they can drive and you, I mean, there's a lot of things to talk about with them. And if you Google the subject, you will find the same 5, 6, 7 names over and over and over. There's much work to do, but we have the tools. Let's use them. And I mean journalists. Let's use them. Let's tell the stories and the whole context.